Hello, everybody. Welcome. This is Maxine Taylor with my virtual full moon ceremony. And by the way, those of you who live in Atlanta, I am once again doing in-person full moon ceremonies. Uh, you're welcome to come to both if you like. Um, this this month. Uh, let's see, in 2 days, on the 25th, we're going to have the full moon, which is an eclipse, a lunar eclipse. And I'm going to explain that in a minute. So if you would like a double dose and you live here in Atlanta, please know you are welcome. There is never a charge. Just come on and bring a list with you of what you would like to create for yourself in the next month. All right. So let's see what the announcements are. Oh, I know what I wanted to share with you. Okay, first of all, if you're coming in person, we start at 6:30 promptly. Okay. Um, I have a new YouTube show. Some of you have seen it. It's called Choose Happy. You want to be happy or unhappy, choose happy. I've already posted the first show, and it's, of course, on my YouTube channel. If you need uplifting, that's what you want to watch. Okay, that's number one. My book, Secrets from the Womb, it's just transforming lives. So if you haven't gotten a copy yet, you might want to. It's on Amazon, available on Amazon. And I do private sessions for those of you who are, your preference is to talk face to face with me about whatever. So if you'd like a one-on-one, just go to my website, MaxineTaylor.com, and sign up for a private session, face-to-face on Zoom. You will love it. I love it. I really love the face-to-face. Okay, I think that's about all I wanted to. If I think of anything else, I'll just tag it at the end. So let's talk about where the full moon falls according to your sign. And a lot of people have asked me, when I talk about the sign, am I talking about the sun sign or the ascendant or even the moon sign? Yes. Yes. First, the sun sign, then the ascendant, which is the most personal point in the chart. It's got, in most cases, it's got more power. It's stronger on impact than the sun. So I'm just saying, all right? So let's talk about where this eclipse falls in your solar chart. Now, the actual eclipse is 5 degrees of Leo. So pull out your birth chart and see where 5 Leo shows up, because I'm going to give you the solar chart. You're going to look at your own birth chart. And I just realized I want to explain the difference between a full moon and an eclipse. Normally, we start feeling the full moon, I would say a good 5 days before it occurs. That's when things start getting a little tense, because on the full moon, everything explodes and comes to a head, and that is often fabulous. Don't be afraid of the full moon. If you've planted your seeds, that's when they grow. Okay? The full moon. So, when we feel that full moon, it's like you've been tightening a violin string and you give it one turn too much and it breaks. It comes to a head. This is not necessarily a bad thing. you probably needed a new string anyhow. Okay. So when we have an eclipse, the effects are more longer lasting. Now, I'm going to preface this by saying no two astrologers agree on the same thing. I have seen that we start feeling the effects of an eclipse, gosh, a good week to 2 weeks beforehand, because once again, the planets all are announcing what they're doing prior to doing it. So we'll feel the effects of an eclipse, a pending eclipse, at least 2 weeks before it occurs. Okay, when it occurs, it's strongest 3 to 4 months after it occurs. And that's why when I read somebody's chart, if I've done your forecast, I've told you this eclipse, you'll feel it more strongly 3 to 4 months from now. And the effects last until the next pair of eclipses come along, because eclipses usually occur in pairs. Now, if an eclipse falls within, I want to say, 5 degrees on either side of a planet, like the sun or the moon or the ascendant. If an eclipse falls right smack dab, forming a conjunction with your sun, your moon, or your ascendant, that is what is called a new life eclipse. And that eclipse, the effects of that eclipse last longer than an average full moon, for example. So this is very exciting. Look and see if your sun or your moon or your ascendant are within 5 degrees of 5 Libra. If let's say your moon is 2 degrees of Libra, and this eclipse is 5 degrees of Libra, well, you've got a 3-degree orb there. Super. See what aspects the moon, the natal moon, makes in your birth chart. See the aspects the eclipse makes in your birth chart, and you will have a huge handle on what the future, your future is. If I have not yet done your forecast, whether a 6-month forecast or a 12-month forecast, you might want to consider having that done so that you are totally prepared for what is going to be happening to you and for you over the next 6 months or 12 months. You know, I'm a very positive person, and the forecasts I give, even if I have to caution you about don't spend money or no, purple hair is not for you, that type of thing, I will still do it in a positive way. And those of you who I've had as clients for years and years, thank you so much. Okay, but now, I'm going to start with Libra and go around the zodiac and explain very simply what is triggered in your natal chart. Okay? Libra, it's in your solar first house. And so this is you as a disguised Aries saying, I'm doing what I want, when I want, how I want, because I want. It's my way or the highway. Now, Libra is a very tactful sign. However, the opposite of Libra is Aries, and Aries does not mess around. So you're going to be balancing those two. This particular eclipse encourages you to do your thing your way. And I'm encouraging you as well. Go for it, baby. It's your turn. Scorpio, this is you pulling back and retreating. You're saying, I want my solitude. I want my privacy. You may need more sleep. You may find that you are more attuned to the spiritual side of life. It's quite magnificent, particularly since Scorpio, you're a water sign. And you know how deeply, passionately psychic you are. Sagittarius, this particular eclipse says, be a friend to everybody. Especially friends who are involved with humanitarian or philanthropic projects. This is your turn to be a friend and to be with your friends. Capricorn, focus on your career, move upward. Don't go lateral, go upward. I'm serious. If you're thinking of changing a job, make sure it's not just a horizontal move. If you're offered a job, you want an advancement and more money. Okay. And your leadership quality is triggered beautifully. Awesome. Aquarius, keep your passport handy. You're ready to travel long distance. You see a much bigger picture than most people do, just normally. Well, in particular, with this amazing full moon in your 9th house. Are you thinking of pursuing a degree, a higher level degree at a university? Perfect time to think about it. Absolutely. And do something about it. You are a friend to all, and you want to be with people from other countries. I almost said from other planets. You're probably joking and saying, yeah, I do. And so just look around, see the options open to you. Pisces, this is you transforming. Your ego is undergoing a major shift. You're looking beneath the surface. You're getting to the cause of issues. Bravo to you. Bravo. And you want your privacy. 12th house and 8th house both want privacy and solitude. And that's what you're looking for now. Aries, your relationships, the one-on-one relationship, very important to you. Other people are very important to you. Do you have one particular friend who has a great influence over you or an impact over your life? Go out to the one-on-one relationship. If you are married, you might want to put your spouse first because that spouse is putting themselves first. I'm just saying. Taurus, it's time to take care of your health. Get thee to a gym and focus on your job. It's not the career, it's the actual job that you have taken on through your career. If you do not have a job right now and you want one, this particular eclipse can be very helpful to you in that area. Okay. I would need to see your true birth chart in order to give you a more detailed answer, though. Gemini, you're ready to party. You're ready to have fun, which is wonderful. Everybody needs some fun in their lives. Truly. Your children, if you have children, and your pets are your kids, you know that. I always say my cat, lets me live here with her. Um, and the love that you have for your pets, is awakened even more. It's quite beautiful. And just have fun, period. Cancerians, home, sweet home. Your home, your family, your real estate holdings, very, very important to you. Spend time with your family. If there's one in particular who you're closest to, spend time with them or invite them to your home. Whatever feels good to you. And if you're buying a house or selling a house, this is the time. Great, grand, glorious Leo. You know, I have to preface Leo with great, grand, glorious because they are, of course. This is your time to express yourself and be heard. Are you writing a book, a blog? What are you doing in which you are expressing your own ideas, whether you're writing them or speaking them? Short distance travel is really good for you right now. You'll enjoy it. Aquarius, long distance travel. Virgo, oh, this is great. You're going to love it. This particular eclipse triggers your money. And you might say, oh my goodness, in what way? Well, whatever way you want it to be. You know, you are the master of your life. And when a full moon, an eclipse especially, falls in your second house of money, plan on creating more of it. Just move into the feeling of it. I say move into the magic. Feel what it would feel like to have a bunch of money fall in on you. I think it would be super. And focus on how you want to spend it. And let's see, we're back to Libra. Beautiful. So that's what I've got to share with you right now. And as always, I hope you have brought with you your lists of what you'd like to create. We do this over at the Phoenix and Dragon on the outdoor patio. And I bring a flower pot and we tear up our lists and light them on fire. Why do we light them on fire? So that we're not digging up our seeds. When we do a list of what we want, a lot of people become very impatient and they'll say, well, when is it going to happen? It's going to happen in God's time. And when you burn your list, you have turned it over to God. And you have allowed God, the universe, the quantum field, whatever you call it, to bring it to you. And so just live like it's already arrived, and that helps it along. So I have my list. That's not the list. This is the list. And so I'm going to tear my list up. Why don't you go ahead and do the same thing? It's the first step in letting go and letting God deliver. And of course, if you want to do this later, that's super. And I've gone back, as you know, some of you know, one of those gun-like fire starters, I can never get them to work, but I can get matches to work. So look at there. looka. And I totally release my list of what I want to you, God. And I'm going to take, excuse me, I'm going to take another match because that one had a mind of its own. Like I said, I'm really great with fire. There, that's what I was looking for. Okay. That's what I'm looking for. And I'm going to just let that burn. And when we do it outdoors, the fire, the ashes have a particular aroma. And as the wind blows, they attach to our clothing so that we smell that. And it reminds us that God is sending our wish list to us. So I'm gonna let this burn down here. And I hope that, I wish you Godspeed, that all that you wish for is arriving, because this is such a powerful eclipse, this full moon. Okay, now, and now that we have turned our lists over to spirit, we're free to do right hand, left hand. Many of you are familiar with this through the full moon ceremonies I had for like 10, 15 years at the Phoenix and Dragon, and now I'm back over there. And you're familiar with them now. Have you noticed how powerful, how loving the universe is with you when we do right hand, left hand? And if for any reason you can't, well, we're going to put what we want in our right hand, and what is keeping us from creating that, because we're the creator of our lives, in our left hand. And if you can't get a visual, just go by what you're feeling when I get to the left hand. That's all it takes. This is not, science. It's just functioning on a deep spiritual or just plain old emotional level. So first we start by putting our hands on our heart. And when I say something that rhymes, I know that's the truth. I know some of you are the same way. So when you put your hand on your heart, you're focused on love, and it moves you naturally into a loving state. And once you are in that loving state, what you're going to do is extend your right hand. And in it, you are going to place what your heart of heart wants. There it is. And I don't want to come through the screen at you, but it's in your right hand. Then extend your left hand and place in your left hand what is blocking you from having what you want in your right hand, or who is blocking you from achieving the success that you want. And I suggest that first, when you feel it, exhale. Get rid of it that way. And then just stretch your arm and toss it out to the universe. Get rid of it. Totally. You don't need it anymore. And so you're left with your right hand and what you want. Don't you love it? And so what we're going to do now is accept the truths that I have found can block us from having what we want. I want to make sure. Okay, good. I'm just making sure I covered everything. Okay. We have lived X number of years, each of us. And what we want is to be born again. I'm not speaking religiously, but you know how when you were born, you were pure spirit encased in flesh. And so you are going to give yourself another chance. You might say, I've had 15,000 chances to make it 15,001. You're going to go back to that moment when you were born. And you are going to start by saying, I, followed by your name at birth. Now, some people are called, they have nicknames, or they go by initials. If you, when you were born, were named Jonathan Stephen Jr. the Third, and people have a nickname for you, you will now say that full name, John Stephen Jr. the Third, and go back to the time that you were born, because this is your landmark. This is you starting again. You haven't lost any ground. You're simply giving yourself another opportunity. I will not verbalize anything at this point because I don't want to influence anybody. You are going to say, I, followed by your name, and then I'm going to give you the acceptances. Some of you know how powerful they are and how they work. So at the count of 3, you will say your full name at birth. So I, 1, 2, 3, full birth name. And you're going to let the love of God pour down from the top of your head through every cell in your body, out the soles of your feet, and back up to out there to the universe. I take back my heart. The reason you do that is so that you can love. I take back my soul. Accept that. Your soul is the essence of you. I take back my mind. You know how you can get all confused and can't think and have a brain fog? You take back your mind. I take back my body. It's your body. You take it back. I take back my honor. I take back my identity. Your identity is spirit in an earthbound body. I take back my self-respect. I take back my God-given gifts and talents. And finally, I take back my life. And accept that from the top of your head and let it go through your body, out the soles of your feet, and back out to God. Okay. How's that feel? I do that very often if I'm in a situation and I need a quick fix. Well, actually, I'll tell you the thing I do that is even faster than that. If I have a decision to make, or if I'm back in my mind and I notice I am and I'm tense, what I do is say, I turn this over to God, and I turn it over, and I'm back in the flow. I'm back in the magic. And now it's time for star cards. For those of you who may be watching for the first time, many years ago, I made my own cards up. They're just like this with a star on the back. Because a lot of the cards that are supposed to be inspirational were negative or confusing. And I thought, I need my own. So I'm going to share these with you. I can't do this at the Phoenix and Dragon, so you guys are special because this is describing what is in store for this particular group on this particular full moon. And when I'm at Phoenix and the Dragon, I go around to each person and give them a real quick reading and get a mantra for them, because that mantra is for the entire group, not just them. And so they have brought with them a gift for everybody. It's really pretty marvelous. Okay. The first one. I'm going to read it in the third person. I'm going to say you. And wherever you are, just change it to I. So you're going to accept this for you. You lift the planet. I lift the planet. We pretty much stop there, right? You have mega energy. I have mega energy. Has the pollen been getting to you? Have the floods, the fires been getting to you? Except you have mega energy. You are a superstar. I am a superstar. Claim it, it's yours. There is not a negative card in this whole pile. You are a visionary. Oh, isn't that marvelous? No, you ain't crazy. You just psychic. Happiness is yours. Happiness is mine. That's why I call my new show Choose Happy. You are fun. I am fun. You are powerful. I am powerful. claim it all. I claim it all. You are brilliant. I am brilliant. You are honorable. I am honorable. Claim it. Just claim it. Shine. I shine. You are limitless. Ooh, I love these. And the very, very last star card. Be the star. And earlier you accepted you were a superstar. Now it's time to be the star. I love it. Thank you so much for joining me. Some of you are absolutely just incredibly gifted. You have contacted me and shared your thoughts and shared your ideas, and some of you are just amazing. So, till we meet again next month, this is Maxine Taylor saying, may the stars shine brightly on you and yours. Bye for now, dear friends.